7.4%. In a world struggling with economic uncertainty, one number has sent shockwaves through global markets. While major economies are slowing down, India is not just growing, it is accelerating. The National Statistics Office just released the first advance estimates for 2025-2026, and the results are historic. Our real GDP is set to soar past 201 lakh crore rupees, which is a massive jump from 187 lakh crore just last year. Friends, this is not just a statistic, this is the roar of a rising power. And today, we are going to look at how Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Reform Express has fundamentally changed the DNA of the Indian economy. Hello and welcome to the Narrative Now. I am Sudhanshu Sharma. But before we dive into the future, I have a question for you. Did you ever think this kind of turnaround was even possible for India before 2014? Let's take a trip down memory lane, though it is a painful one. Remember 2013? India was labelled part of the fragile five. We had double-digit inflation, a staggering fiscal deficit, and a sense of policy paralysis that made investors run for the hills. Back then, our GDP growth had slumped to a dismal 4.5%. Doing business was a nightmare. India was ranked 134th in the world. Now, fast forward to today. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, we have jumped to the fifth largest economy in the world, and we are now closing in on the third spot. Inflation is under control, the banking sector is the healthiest it has been in decades, and we have climbed over 70 places in the ease of doing business rankings. But this is not luck, this is the result of a decade of Seva, Sushasana, and Garib Kalyan. So, what is driving this 7.4% growth? The Ministry of Statistics points to one major engine, the services sector. Trade, hotels, and transport are booming at 7.5%. And look at the stars of the show. Financial services and professional services are growing at a staggering 9.9%. This is the new India, a global hub for innovation and expertise. But it is not just the services. Prime Minister Modi's push for Atmanirbhar Bharat has revitalized our factories. Manufacturing and construction are clocking a solid 7% growth, from the mobile phone in your hand to the fighter jets in our skies. Made in India is becoming a global gold standard. Even our agriculture sector, the backbone of our nation, is maintaining a steady growth of 3.1%, ensuring that no one is left behind. One of the greatest pillars of the Modi development model is digital public goods. Before 2014, only 35% of Indians had a bank account. Today, thanks to the JAM Trinity, the Jandhan, Aadhaar, and mobile, that number has skyrocketed to nearly 80%. And we are the world leader in real-time digital payments. But think about this. Through direct benefit transfer, the government has transferred over 44 lakh crore rupees directly into the bank accounts of the poor, eliminating middlemen and saving the taxpayer over 3.5 lakh crore rupees from corruption. Just think about that number. 3.5 lakh crore saved just by plugging leaks. That makes you wonder, doesn't it? Can you even imagine the total amount of wealth this nation has lost to corruption since independence? We are talking about tens, perhaps hundreds of lakh crores. A sum so vast it could have built 10 Indias. So, what do you think that number is? Tell me in the comments. Is it 500 lakh crore? 1000 lakh crore? The tragedy of the past was that the common man's sweat was used to fill the pockets of the corrupt. But today, every rupee is reaching its destination. Now, let's talk about you. The Reform Express is not just about big industry, it is about your wallet. Real private consumption is projected to grow by 7% this year. Why? Because this government believes in putting money back in the hands of the middle class. The income tax exemptions in the union budget and the strategic GST rate cuts have given millions of Indian families more breathing room. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently said, This growth is powered by the NDA government's comprehensive investment push and demand led policies. When the government builds world class infrastructure, highways, airports, and fiber optics, it creates jobs. Those jobs create demand, and that demand fuels the cycle of prosperity. Friends, the evidence is clear. India is no longer a sleeping giant, we are a nation on the move. But this growth is not just about balance sheets. It is about the revival of our soul. India has found its confidence again because we have reconnected with our dharma. Today, as we mark 1000 years of the destruction of the holy Somnath temple by invading eunuchs, look at where we stand today. Our temple stands grander and more magnificent than ever before, a symbol of a civilization that refuses to be erased. And look at the contrast of history. Those who followed the path of the invaders, those who clung to a cult of destruction and division, look at them now. While India builds semiconductor plants and reaches for the moon, they are holding a begging bowl, seeking arms for survival, trapped in a cycle of their own making. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has found its confidence again. We are not just participating in the global economy, we are leading it. So I ask you once again, look at where we were in 2014 and look at where we are today. What part of India's growth story makes you the proudest? Is it our digital strength, our new infrastructure, or our rising global respect? Let me know in the comments below, and let's spread the word that the Reform Express is not stopping until we reach the top, because that is the narrative now. Jai Hind.